So this is the one. Okay, yeah, that's the one I still can't figure out. It's that the year that if I get desperate, I'm going to start. I'm going to start. Actually, I should type in the entire thing. God, Vic. I. This is not a word I've encountered before, at all. And that said, there's a lot of words in the world. General, all there. Struggling for power in the central square. In the central square. Okay. Imagining this. Okay, I don't think this is it. Now, this is the US. Gonna assume this is US versus. So something in US history. Don't know what the hell the cow is. God. Viscera. Okay, actually, one thing we can do right now is at least look up Viceroy. Okay, so exactly Viceroy. A person appointed to rule a country or province as the deputy of the sovereign. Okay. God. Viceroy, which maybe is that guy. Judge and general. All there struggling for power in this central square. Unless by God they mean this. I'm only thinking of that just because of like Zeus and the bull thing, but maybe not the right image to use. But or maybe it does have something to do with an ox. So Viceroy, U.S. history. Okay, sorry. I'm just like seeing a lot about definitions, but Barron's SAT. Okay, let's just let's click that and see what it brings us. British Empire, Ireland, non-Western counterparts, Commonwealth realms, maybe. See, that's about Australia, French colonies, Bana Bosnia, Bana Croatia, British Empire. Okay, viceroy, who rules a country or province as the representative of his sovereign or king and who is empowered to act in the sovereign's name, was the title given to the principal governors of Spain. How... If I type in American independence... Okay, for some reason that brings us this. I have no idea if that's the same. Could be. Face shape seems similar, but let's quickly have a gander at this. See, it's talking about the... Why is it... Oh, this is why. Because apparently... aided the American... Oh, wait, so here we go. Galvez aided the American 13 colonies in their quest for independence and led Spanish forces against Britain in the Revolutionary War, defeating the British at the Siege of Pensacola and reconquering Florida for Spain. He spent the last 2 years of his life as Viceroy of New Spain, succeeding his father. The city of Galveston, Texas, was named after him. He is one of only 8 people to be awarded honorary United States citizenship. Siege of Pensacola. Okay. The Siege of Pensacola was a siege fought in 1781, the culmination of Spain's conquest of the British province, West Florida. When Spain entered the war in 1779, Bernardo de Galvez, the energetic governor of Spanish Louisiana, immediately began offensive operations to gain control of British West Florida. In September 1779, he gained complete control over the lower Mississippi River by capturing Fort Butte, and then shortly thereafter obtaining the surrender of the remaining forces following the Battle of Baton Rouge. He followed up these successes with the capture of Mobile on March 14th, 1780, after a brief siege. I'm going to keep this. Mobile, then British West Florida, now Alabama. Okay. These are all connecting together. I'm just keeping it just in case it helps me identify other part. Anyway, British defense. Okay, so struggling for power in this central square. The siege. Any particular westernmost city? British defenses, Spanish forces. Now, how long is this again? 1, 2, 3. Seeing if there's a pen. There's PE. Just seeing if it can spell. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's probably not going to work. Because none of the three-letter combinations have begin with a P, which was what we would need for that. Okay. Defeating the British and reconquering Florida. Maybe it's Florida for Spain. He spent... Sorry, Florida is FLO, flow rather. That's not how you're supposed to. Yeah, there's just FR, but that's not, well, okay, so it's not that. Okay, How about this? Let's go there and see American Revolutionary War. Under Royal Order, New Orleans. Spain motivation. Da-ba-ba-ba. See, carried out massively. Defeat. Okay, so Battle of Fort Butte, so that's another possibility here. I'm just wondering if like the square, is this supposed to represent Spain? The square takes into place, Central Square. I feel like that could be a lot. Entered. Okay, that's the background. Baton Rouge. Began planning operations against Mobile and Pensacola. I'm gonna close this, close this. Battle of Fort Charlotte. See, here's my question. This Central Square, are we talking about a particular place? Are we talking about a state? Where is... Here we go. So let's see. Carried out campaigns. The Battle of Baton Rouge. Or how you're supposed to say that. We also have the Battle of Fort Charlotte. I don't know, one of these battles. I actually already have it up here. Oopsies. Was there ever God involved? That's the question. Because that's the other thing. It's a God Viceroy, which we know who that is. Judge and General. Don't know about the judge. All they're struggling for power in this Central Square. Okay, I'm reading this, and I tried to see if it was like Charlotte, but that I don't believe that. Well, that it's one. It looks too long anyway. I think the reason why I thought it was like forts are square, but that's not correct. I don't think that would be that's the best way of thinking to go. I think the question is how do I, because this guy looks like he fought a lot of battles. But I guess there was a particular one that involved a priest or God or something. The God, which I'm assuming this is what this picture is meant to be. Viceroy, which I'm going to assume is this guy. I don't know about the judge and the general. But I don't know, it's like the positions of the people on opposing sides. Like, what am I looking at here? Fort George. Ready to go for just about anything. So you have John Campbell, which I saw was the name has come up. Was he a general? Shoot. Where did I see him? John? Yeah, okay. So to General John Campbell. So there's that. So I'm assuming that is our general. Belligerents, commanders, leaders. But I don't know anything about anything else. Fort George was a British fort built in 1778 for the protection of Pensacola, Florida. The Spanish captured it in the Siege of Pensacola. The fort no longer exists, though part of it was later created to mark its original location. This reconstruction is part of Fort George Memorial Park, which is in the North Hill Preservation District. Okay. Don't quite... Can it be George? George. I feel like I need to go this way, otherwise I'm not going to see it. G-E. See if I'm spelling George right. Where are you? What? Where is it? Where is it? They? I must have accidentally clicked away from it or closed it. Come on, they just had it here. Maryland. Fort. Okay. George. But there's no singular E. That's ORD. ORGE. Maybe, please. Oh. There's GE right here. I need another GE, which is not going to work. No. GEORGE. There's no singulars either. ORD. It's a JA. Yeah, okay, well. Not George. Okay, so I'm going to have to back away from this one. I'm on the right track around there, but I'm not quite getting it, so... I have no idea what that is. Family pyramid. Not quite what I was looking for. Graveyard. What happens if I print that? Okay, that actually got us the Dorn pyramid. Okay, this is actually not the Dorn pyramid. Nicolas Cage's pyramid dome? What? Okay. Let's just click that. Okay, yeah, thanks. Thanks. Is anyone with a ball on top? In 1905, the family's pyramid erected at the center now sits near the basin, welcoming those who enter. What is this image, though? That? Mississippi River. Okay. That actually gives us a location, which will be helpful. does that get us? St. Louis Cemetery. Okay, let's type in pyramid. Okay, let's see. In 2010, actor Nicolas Cage purchased a pyramid-shaped tomb to be his future final resting place. Anything else? There's also happens to be this letter I. You know, did I check? Even check. There's this. Okay, let's. Pyramid. Tomb. Question is. See, it mostly just talks about the St. Louis Cemetery. Is this it? New Orleans, Louisiana. Napoleon, Brunswick. Is there any other picture or no? I mean, I don't know if the picture that's shown here is exactly the image we need to be looking for. This one has a circle on top. The family pyramid erected at the center now sits near the basin, welcoming those who enter. I feel like this would help if I knew which cemetery, or at least a tomb or something. Sorry. Old, ancient. Thought I saw something, but I guess I was not looking. Homeward Cemetery Pyramid. They are the largest shippers of coal in the Ohio and Mississippi River. Mr. Brown's private mausoleum, the pyramid, was built in 1899. Okay, so under the assumption that is the St. Louis Cemetery. Is there only just one pyramid-shaped tomb at the St. Louis Cemetery, or was it St. Louis Cemetery that I was looking at? See, this is just talking about the Nicolas Cage one. Do these pyramids have a particular name? The Lafayette family tomb. I'm assuming that I will come into play if it's a name of a particular tomb. The family's pyramid erected at the center now sits near the base. I don't know. I'm just trying to think if that will bring me to anything, but that really did not. More images of pyramid tombs, I guess. I said Lafayette. Is this also the same one? Gates of Dixie. Okay. Unfortunately, this one does not give me a name. Shoot. Come on. Okay. Well, a lot about Nicolas Cage. Not quite what I'm looking for. No, it's not quite. It's not at all what I'm looking for. What's the other one? Okay, I was hoping that would bring me something, because none of these images. Bank token, 1 penny. What in the world? I'm assuming, is he dead and lying in a coffin? This model girl, young and fair, with her icy stare. And this is a long one too. This is 5. But this one I'm like definitely very clueless. How many hints do we have left? I have 3 hints. Okay, I'm gonna leave this for another time. Was it this one I was looking at? Let's get the hints for this one. Wow. Thanks. Central Square. That was literally our hint. Central Square. The governor summoned a mass meeting of the Creoles in the Place d'Armes in New Orleans Central Square. After a few words of regret about the damage wreaked by the storm, he told them that the British were threatening to attack New Orleans and drew from his coat his commissions from the king, confirming his appointment as governor. He said he could not accept the commission without swearing to defend Louisiana. It was ready to be shed the last drop of his blood to support that oath, but he hesitated to take it. Because I do not know whether you will help me in resisting the ambitious designs of the English. What do you say? Shall I take the oath of governor? Shall I swear to defend Louisiana? Will you stand by me and conquer or die with your governor and for your king? Sorry, what's this? American Heritage. The forgotten revolutionary conquistador who saved Louisiana. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to quickly... It's the only time Central... What's New Orleans Central Square? Central square. Okay, how about pyramid tomb relocated? Am I spelling pyramid wrong? Yes, I am. This hint is basically just saying what the, like, this I can figure out. Sit now sits at the basin, welcoming those who enter. But that's not going to help me in any way. I think I'm definitely going to need more hints. Just because there's so much information that I'm trying to... So I think, yeah, I'm just going to wait till next day. And then we'll be back. Okay, so it's a new day. No, this is not the right place I want to look. I think it was here, and I couldn't get any of them. Louisiana, New Spain. Spain, France, and England lay claim in the new... Let's just read what that is. Or... Okay. Oh, look, it's a PowerPoint presentation. Okay. Right, let's just go down here. Spain, France, and England lay claim in a new world, competing powers in North America. Claim to Florida. How did Spain obtain such new wealth? What's the other one? Okay, it's America. So, and this was about Spain, France, and England. Claim to Florida. Okay, So, if Central Square in Florida, literally trying to revolutionary... Oh my goodness. Revolutionary War. There we go. It's literally just called Central Square Theater. Homebody plays at Central Square Theater in the studio. So I already established that this cannot be... I can't... Florida is not it. Because we have FR. Spain failed to secure a foothold in Chesapeake Bay. New rivals, English expansion. God in the central square. If I put Charles Lynch. Okay, well, let's just read it and see, though it is more in the upper eastern part of the United States. See, when I say judge, I have no idea if they actually mean an actual judge or it's just or not someone of a particular occupation. There's like the shortest blurb. He died on October 29th, 1796. I don't think this is it. Colonel John Whittaker. Literally just inputting all these Spain's involvement in as a PDF. I feel like this is going to be a huge West Florida, Treaty of Paris. The 7-Year War. Spain and the American Revolutionary War. Let's try that to see. Maybe, because I'm trying to find like a specific place, but I am having a bit of a hard time. Let's see, American Midwest. General God, Viceroy, Judge, and General, all there struggling for power in the central square. Fortunately, typing in the quotes does not help anything. Declaration of war, European waters, West Indies, Gulf Coast. The Siege of Pensacola. I'm going to click that again just to read it. The culmination of Spain's conquest of the British province, West Florida, during the American Revolutionary War. And the question is, did France have any involvement over this? British defense? Spanish force? Yeah, mostly just talking about the British and Spanish forces. A second attack of Choctaws began on April 19th, interrupting the siege preparations, and that day a large fleet was sighted heading towards the bay, although at first thought be bringing British reinforcements. The ships turned out to be the combined Spanish and French fleet from Havana, commanded by Jose Solano and Francois Amir. The Baron de Montel have reached Havana. Spanish ships carried a total of 1,700 sailors. Okay, so I got a feeling that it's surrounding this, but is it looking for very more specified point? Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go for another hint because the Battle of New Orleans. Okay, that I'm not looking in the right place at all then. The Battle of New Orleans was an engagement fought between January 8th and January 18th, 1815, constituting the final major battle of the War of 1812 and the most one-sided battle of that war. American combatants, commanded by Major General Andrew Jackson, prevented an overwhelming British force commanded by Admiral Alexander Cochrane and General Edward Pakenham from seizing New Orleans and the vast territory the United States had acquired with the Louisiana Purchase. I'm just curious. New Orleans. He led the willing expedition and American forces through New Orleans before Spain joins the cause. Just trying to see if Campbell thought it was possible to reduce the Spanish fort at New Orleans, he was ordered to make preparations. Okay, so nothing that's Jackson Square? Jackson Square, New Orleans. Let's see, history. Early French colonial New Orleans was centered on what was then called the Place d'Armes. Under Spanish colonial administration in the second half of the 18th century, the name was Plaza de Armas. Following the 1815 Battle of New Orleans during the first half of the 19th century, the former military plaza was renamed Jackson Square for the battle's victorious General Jackson. In the center of the park stands the equestrian statue of Andrew Jackson, erected in 1856, one of 4 identical statues in the U.S. by the sculptor Clark Millis. The square also has 4 slightly older statues, neoclassical representations of personifications of the 4 seasons, one near each corner of the square. The square originally overlooked... Okay, that's not the information I'm looking for. Okay, now let's look at the Battle of New Orleans again. Let's see, treaty. If I type in square... No. Well... this point, let's just see if we can even... Jack. Got Jack. I need an S. Jackson. I'm assuming it's what I'm looking for. That's... Okay, so it was Jackson Square.